Focus with Paul W. Smith on 760 WJR, where Michigan comes to talk. Well, indeed you are.
And indeed, it is Friday. Now, I don't know if Dominic has been geared up for this, but I'll try.
No, I forgot to tell him here.
Oh, well. So I'm going to do it so you'll hear what it sounds like with Mike Parsons running over and pressing the right buttons. It's Friday!
Yay!
Well,
that was my fault. I couldn't find it. So let's start it again. This is not Dominic's fault. This is my fault. So let's start it again.
I understand. All right, we'll do this again. And then we'll just start the show. So this is like dress rehearsal, and you're a part of it. Here we go. It's Friday!
Yay!
Oh, man, you can say that again.
Yay!
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
No. Thank you, Elvis. Thank you very much. It is indeed Friday, March 20th. Also, of course, the very first day of spring. Spring has sprung.
And it feels like it, too.
Well, a lot of people say spring is March 1st. You know that, right?
Right.
But this is the official vernal equinox. And you remember, I went to high school with vernal equinox, and he was a heck of a guy. You couldn't depend on him too much. But
he was good in science, though.
He was extremely good. Do you know what equinox means? Because I did not.
I think it means equal parts day and night.
Oh, good for you. It comes from the Latin words for equal night. And, equal night and equal night. On the equinox, the length of the day and night is nearly equal in all parts of the world. How about that?
All right. Yeah.
I didn't know that. All right. And there are all kinds of other things. It doesn't matter what time it is anywhere in the world. Spring arrives at the same time.
Oh, really? So it's not a time zone thing.
It is apparently not a time zone thing. But there we are, vernal equinox, and I haven't been as excited about spring this much as I have been in years.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be 57, which doesn't sound that warm, but granted, a lot of times it snows until until May. We'll take 57 on the first day of spring.
Absolutely, because we've had and with the winds, we've had some very miserable days. Now, which day has the most sunlight in North America?
Probably the summer solstice, I would think. June 20th, I think.
The summer solstice, the longest day of the year. It varies from June 20th to June 22nd, depending on the year and the local time zone. By the longest day, we mean the day with the most daylight versus darkness. You're very good at this. You had an interest in this in school
I must have paid attention that day in school. I don't know. I haven't thought about it till you brought it up.
Well, there you are. Nor had I until Kim brought it up to me. I would have been blissfully, totally unaware. But
thanks for keeping me sharp, Kim.
Yeah, thank you, Kim, from both of us. I was sorry to see in the middle of the night, the stories came through that Chuck Norris had been hospitalized with a medical emergency, and now we all know by now that he has passed at the age of 86. Here's a guy who he channeled his martial arts skills into heroic roles. And there were films like The Delta Force and Missing in Action. And, of course, that long-running television series, Walker, Texas Ranger. We had Bruce Lee and we had other. But Chuck Norris was like ours and one of us.
Well, and
you know what I mean?
He spanned generations, starting with Delta Force. In the 90s, I remember he was in a movie called Sidekicks with Jonathan Brandis, where Jonathan Brandis played a kid who was a big fan of Chuck Norris, and they would fight crime together in his head. And then, of course, all the fun internet memes and stuff when Chuck Norris, they say, darkness is not the absence of light. It's the presence of Chuck Norris. That was really big on the internet in the 2000s. So, yeah, I feel like multiple generations kind of have their Chuck Norris story.
Yeah, his death family on Instagram no further details apparently released, but he was hospitalized earlier in the day yesterday in Hawaii.
Yeah, and just a few days before he went to the hospital, he was on his Instagram and he was still exercising and doing martial arts exercises. So he stayed active until the end.
I wonder what it was. Well, we'll find out. It's inevitable. We will find out, but very sad. But his legacy certainly will live on in his films and his television work, and just frankly in our mind's eye, in our memories, because he was quite the person, and he certainly will be lost rather, and remembered.
Yeah, he'll be missed for sure.
Yeah, he'll be missed, I guess is the better way to put it. I'm looking at my papers here. I see that I felt so sorry. I felt so sorry for the Japanese prime minister.
Oh my gosh! Paul, I almost heard the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme playing, and just doing a close up to her, right? Looking so uncomfortable after he made that joke.
There are some cartoons that have already come up online, and it must be around Instagram because that's all I check. Boy, I got lambasted for telling some. They got so upset with me.
Really?
I'm sorry. I got so much that I'm doing. I can't even imagine all the other stuff.
They were so mad you don't do Facebook. They came on Instagram to harangue you for not using Facebook.
No, they texted me.
Oh, wow.
That was just it. And then someone else made a joke saying, just contact Paul on his AOL or something. I mean, it was one put down after another. But you know what? I don't care. Except I use it on the air because it's funny.
Yeah.
But so here we have, there have been some funny jokes, faces and things that they do. The Japanese prime minister did a wonderful job of just sitting there. And I don't know, there's, what face would we call that? President Trump joke face.
Yeah.
Where she's just trying to, keep it together.
I'd rather be anywhere but here face right now.
One of those faces, maybe. And here she brought with her 250 new cherry blossom trees to the United States. I don't know. I have not heard if she packed them back up and took them back with her. I don't think that's the case. But, here's the thing. This is what some people love about this president. That was him. That was just the way he is. He gave no thought to it. He just blurted it out. Who knows more about surprises than the Japanese? Why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor? He does not even get the pain that brings up to these people. These are a very proud people who react to things so differently than we do. He is clueless about that.
Right.
And so that's that. That was President Trump.
And he got a laugh at first when he didn't mention Pearl Harbor, just when he said, oh, you know a thing about surprises. And then he named Pearl Harbor and all the air just went out of the room.
He went that extra step.
Right.
That extra sentence where there are many people who are talented. And you say, if you would stop one or two sentences ago.
Right.
Kim is pointing at me right now. What are you pointing at me for?
The joke isn't funny if you have to explain it.
Yeah, that's true, too. All right, well, there's a lot to talk about on this Friday, first day of spring, and have we been waiting for it with our relentless positive radio as you're on your way to making each and every day count, because what we don't know is Kim's QTR, quality time remaining. We don't know how much QTR we have. And I want to thank you, too, for choosing to be an important part of the best and brightest audience in radio. And I'll say it several times for obvious reasons. Go green and go blue, because we love them both for a variety of reasons. And we're in the tournament. We're underway on this Friday, March 20th. Paul W. Smith and Focus with Mike Parsons, Dominic Valentini, and for Danielle Mason and Rich Luzinski. And Dave Rieger's got a great new job. He'll be here talking about the movies. So I'm glad we're all together on WJR.
Get answers to your retirement planning questions by joining the president of the Brzezinski Group, Brett Brzezinski, for Inside Retirement Tuesday nights at 7. Firm offers insurance services, investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
Are your kitchen cabinets looking tired and outdated? Don't replace them, refresh them with McFarland Painting. McFarland's award-winning cabinet painters transform your cabinets with a smooth factory quality finish at a fraction of the cost. Schedule today at McFarlandPainting.com. That's McFarlandPainting.com.
Your child's education is the foundation for tomorrow's leaders. Listen every Sunday at 3 p.m. for School Talks, hosted by Dr. Robert Livernoy. A conversation on all things education, from parents and students to educators and policymakers. School Talks is dedicated to in-depth discussions and analysis with experts on a wide range of topics in education. Sponsored by the law firm of O'Reilly Rancilio, advising and representing school districts for all of their legal needs for more than 40 years. Get details at orlaw.com. Planning spring business travel? Start your trip the professional way with Metro Cars. Let a professional Metro Car chauffeur pick you right up at your doorstep and take you directly to curbside check-in. For executives and corporate travelers, time and reliability matter, whether you're catching an early morning flight, arriving for an important meeting, or arranging transportation for visiting clients and leadership teams. Metro Cars provides dependable airport transportation designed around your schedule. With experienced chauffeurs on a premium fleet of sedans, SUVs, vans, and buses, Metro Cars delivers a comfortable, quiet ride that allows you to stay focused and arrive prepared. Celebrating over 35 years of excellence, Metro Cars is proud to serve as the official transportation provider of 760 WJR. When your schedule matters and professionalism counts, trust the transportation company Michigan business travelers have relied on for 4 decades. Reserve your ride today at metrocars.com. Welcome to Making the Impossible Possible with Henry Ford Health. And with us today is cardiologist Dr. Corey Russell. From the routine to leading-edge breakthroughs at Henry Ford, healthcare is more than high-tech. It's human. And Dr. Russell, how does this impact your work?
That's so true. As a physician, what we do is intrinsically personal. It's incredibly important to me to maintain that human connection with my patients. My goal is to help my patients feel better and continue living longer, happier lives with their loved ones. That truly makes me happy.
Well, that's wonderful. And Henry Ford is a nonprofit. How does this impact the care you give as a physician?
Because Henry Ford Health is a nonprofit, our donors and their gifts power the advancements that help us improve and save more lives every day. Philanthropy is the difference maker that enables the next level of exceptional patient-centered care, leading-edge research, clinical training excellence, and broad community impact.
Great. Cardiovascular care is part of your Detroit expansion plans. Can you share more?
Cardiovascular care will be one of the specialties in the new hospital facility currently being built at our Detroit campus. Thanks to donor support, we can continue to engage in the most advanced research while investing in the best equipment and technology available, all to improve our patients' lives.
To learn more or make a gift, visit henryford.com/above and beyond.
Probate is bad. It takes time, it costs money, and everything becomes public record. The best way to avoid probate is with a revocable living trust. A revocable living trust keeps you in control. Who receives your assets, what they receive, and when they receive it. My friends at Estate Planning Legal Services have been serving Metro Detroit for over 25 years, and they make it simple. Call Estate Planning Legal Services for your free consultation today at 248-435-0400 or go to eplspc.com.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
This report is sponsored by WeatherBug.
Get the fastest local alerts and accurate 24/7 forecasts with WeatherBug. It's easy to use and provides real-time customizable alerts so the weather never takes you by surprise. Plan every day with confidence. Download the free WeatherBug app from the App Store now.
WJR Traffic and Weather First is sponsored by Weather Seal Home Improvements. Thinking about a new roof? Make the smart choice with Weather Seal Home Improvements. Right now, when you replace your roof, you'll get a $500 gas card, a beautiful new roof for your home, plus $500 in gas. Yeah, that's a good deal. Schedule today at weathersealhomeimprovements.net. Midday construction slows you down on I-94 westbound before Connor Street. You're slow from Harper Avenue. That should wrap up by 3 p.m. We also have road work blocking your 2 right lanes on I-94 eastbound between Connor and East Outer Drive. That's causing stop and go from Gratiot. That should wrap up by 5 a.m. Monday. And some moving road work on I-94 eastbound between Cadieux and 8 Mile. Now WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel. Here's your forecast.
Enjoying some low 60s this afternoon, 63 degrees with some light rain showers out there today. 32 our low tonight. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, briefly cooler, high 45, low 38. And then afternoon showers on Sunday with a high of 60 degrees. I'm meteorologist Scott Larimore at the Weather Channel on 760 WJR, where Michigan comes to talk.
Searching and searching up and down the dial for NCAA men's basketball. All the most important games from this week's giant matchup right down to the final game. What are you searching for? You're already there. The NCAA playoffs are here, courtesy of Westwood One on 760 WJR.
Hair volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Available as a tablet or a delicious gummy, Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
We are in the midst of our coverage constantly of course, the latest on the war in Iran. We depend on experts for that. One of the best ones happens to be our Fox News correspondent, WJR contributor, Eben Brown, who is on the other end of the line with me right now. Happy Friday. Happy first day of spring, Eben. And
Good
in
morning.
some respects, the same old, same old.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, happy first day of spring to everyone. I hope it warms up for everyone up in that part of the country.
Well, it is actually a pretty nice day. We don't have sunshine yet, but I'm holding out for it. It might be coming here. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth saying yesterday that the Pentagon's reported $200 billion budget request for Iran war funding could move. As he put it in his, it's just the way he talks. It takes a lot of money to kill bad guys.
Yeah, well, that's blunt.
So it takes a lot of money to kill bad guys. The problem is, and they don't listen to me, and that's at their that's unfortunate for them, because if they would have listened to me, they wouldn't have kept saying this war's over. The war's over. It should be. It could be over tomorrow. I mean, it was over the first day. Then what do you need $200 billion for?
That's a good question. I believe the secretary said that he wouldn't comment on the amount, but that, yes, they do need some more money because it takes money to kill bad guys. And that much we know is true. The question is, when will this end? And that's, I think, always a legitimate question to ask. We're kind of getting into the third week now, I believe, if I'm counting this properly, and people were saying this will be over in 3 weeks. Well, it's not quite over in 3 weeks. There's been some significant quantifiable progress here, and that is that the Iranian regime has been decapitated, essentially. The brain trust is wholly gone. Their armaments, their weapons are vanquished. No one is really coming to their rescue. They have angered their usual supporters or defenders in the Arab Gulf states by, well, firing at them. So there really isn't much more room for the Islamic regime of Iran to travel in. That being said, it hasn't been fully disposed of yet. Part of that has to be done, or most of that really has to be done, depending on how you look at it, by the Iranian people themselves. As President Trump said when this operation began, that they would be able to, that, the Americans and the Israelis would be able to clear out the path here, but that it would be up to the Iranian people to chart their future, and that this might be the only shot they get at this. So, yes, I think people are waiting to see what the Iranian people will do and when they will do it. And, of course, if they will do it. If they do not do it, it's a shame. It's sad for them. But at least the U.S. and the Israelis will have been able to have rendered the Islamic regime rather inert in terms of its ability to make war and foster terrorism around the country, around the world, because that's, that has been the policy goal of both the Americans and the Israelis.
Evan, I think you can relate to this. I mean, most of us should be able to at least understand the hesitation. These are the same Iranian people who watched thousands of their family and friends slaughtered by the government. Yes. And so to say to them, all right, it's time to take to the streets to take back your government means, are you ready to go out there and be slaughtered? Because nobody knows what's going to happen when they go out there.
True. And so the Iranian people as a whole, or as in large groups, would need to feel confident that they could not just simply take to the streets, but they could overpower whatever regime forces are left. That the IRGC, which is essentially the SS of the Iranian regime, whether or not they've been eliminated enough that they couldn't put up a fight, or that they might give up and stand aside, or they might even say, you know what, I'm on the wrong side here. Let me go fight with the people. There needs to be a confidence among the Iranian people at large for that to happen. Exactly how much more of this will provide that confidence, I don't know if that's something we can truly measure. But in the meantime, the Americans and the Israelis can pursue their goals of rendering the Islamic regime inert in terms of its ability to project terror and awful things around the planet, and specifically against Americans and against Israelis and Jews wherever they might be worldwide.
It's kind of crazy that, having been told repeatedly that they've taken out all of the leadership and the leadership behind the first line of leadership, that they have taken out the entire Iranian Air Force. They have taken out the entire Iranian Navy. They've taken out everything they can name. And yet every day, other places, mostly there around them, are being hit. Somehow or another, they've lost count of the number of drones there were. And we're in a military operation where we've been taking out several $100 missiles, drones, maybe up to $1,000 cost, with multi-million-dollar weaponry. And now we're praising Lockheed Martin and Raytheon for building like they've never built before, but it's a little.
But we've also been making use of our own drones. In fact, the Iranian Shahed drone was essentially copied by the Americans and bettered a little bit, improved upon. Good. And now we're using drones, which are of the fraction of the cost of our more traditional missiles. So we've been learning lessons as Americans. Certainly, the Israelis have taught us a number of things about how to fight a war economically, and this will continue. Now, what we can tell you is that Iran has kind of gone through about 90% of its munitions. So whatever is left is them lobbing missiles at whatever they can do, or lobbing drones at whatever they can do. You'll notice that the missile barrages have thinned out specifically. Yes, they're still firing missiles at Israel and at some of the American targets within the Gulf Arab states, but gone are the days where they can fire 100 or 50 or
Right.
200 missiles at a time. They're sending 1, 2, 3. Some of them happen to be cluster munitions, which apparently are illegal in terms of international law. No one seems to be complaining about that.
We're the only ones that generally follow the rules of war. I mean, come on. This is not the first time. We're
also the only ones who get accused of violating that rule when we don't. But
when we can see it being violated every day by the Iranians.
Yes, of course. So that's where we're at here. And I think it's just a matter of time before they run out of bullets.
Well, here's hoping, but here's the bottom line that no one will say out loud, but I think I will right now. We know the Iranian people behind there have now, if not completely, about to be completely hidden among poor citizenry of Iran, because they don't care about the citizens of Iran. They've butchered them themselves. So now they've put all of their people who are still there running this war, and we will have to bomb areas where civilians will be killed. And we don't have the heart for that as Americans. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that's the only way it appears that this thing is going to end.
I don't know. I'd like to think the Iranian people might not allow them to hide among them and take care of business themselves. That's really the hope here. But we'll see how it goes.
That is a hope, but when you're doing that against people who still have guns and you don't have guns, that's a difficult situation.
Yeah, a very hard choice to make among these people. They're in a position I would never want to be in.
And hopefully in America, we never will be, as long as the crazies don't take over here. But the other maddening thought here is that we've spent $12 billion so far to basically be in this position. $200 billion more. They should maybe break out what they need that money for. Not that I'm ever against giving our military what they need, because our kids are already in harm's way.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think there should be an accounting of everything, and I'm sure at some point there will be. The question is do we reach our goals with this war? So far, it seems like we are. We don't have a chance to have an after-action report just yet because the action is still going.
Always a pleasure. Have a great weekend. You have a dog in the race there at the NCAA?
Not me.
All right, then in that case, root for Michigan State and for Michigan.
My friends in Ohio might be upset if I do that. Okay.
Wait a minute. You have friends in Ohio? All right, Eben.
I take pity. I take pity on them as well.
Okay, well put. Eben Brown, Fox News correspondent, WJR contributor extraordinaire. Thanks, Eben. Have a good weekend.
You too. Take care.
It is at 12:30. WJR, and if it's Friday, so you know what happens on Fridays on the half hour here on the Paul W. Smith Focus Show, and that is we have Automotive Views, and it's brought to you by David Coletti's Team Bridgestone, or Team Coletti at Bridgestone is how I like to put it. Bridgestone, no matter what the next generation of mobility will be, it will be on wheels, and Bridgestone will be there. Bridgestone, solutions for your journey. Here's Mike Martinez.
The conflict with Iran is already having significant consequences across the global auto industry. Toyota CEO Sato Koji warned this week that Japan's industry faces potential aluminum and other part shortages if the Strait of Hormuz remains closed and the region remains unstable. That follows similar warnings from Nissan's CEO, who said the war was disrupting the distribution of Nissan products throughout the Middle East. Reports say both automakers are already cutting production by thousands of units, while Mitsubishi Chemical Group said it's raising plastics prices because of tight supplies. Bloomberg is reporting that the disruptions in the aluminum trade have pushed some Japanese and South Korean auto suppliers into talks with a Russian company. Automakers in the U.S. are mostly unaffected, although any disruption to the global supply chain is likely to be felt here eventually. If oil prices in particular keep rising, it would create even more headaches for both suppliers and manufacturers. With this week's Automotive View, I'm Mike Martinez with Automotive News.
People say we should live in the present, but that doesn't mean we can't drive toward a brighter future. That's why Bridgestone is focused on positively impacting the next generation by developing a tire using 75% recycled and renewable materials. Because getting people down the road matters, but getting future generations down the road, that's what really matters. Bridgestone, solutions for your journey. Visit whatreallymatters.com to learn more.
You worked decades to build your retirement. Don't lose thousands to unexpected taxes. One simple report can show you what you owe. It's free and takes minutes. Visit moneytalkstaxbill.com today. That's moneytalkstaxbill.com. moneytalkstaxbill.com. And join us for Money Talks with Joseph Uplegger, Saturdays at 5 p.m. right here on WJR.
Spring is in the air. Hi friends, Bill Golling here, and with the addition of Golling Chevrolet on Michigan Avenue in Wayne and Golling Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on Mack in Detroit, now even more of you can see and experience the Golling difference. Those dealerships join Golling Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram locations in Bloomfield Hills, Chelsea, Roseville, Golling Alfa Romeo Fiat in Birmingham, Golling Buick GMC in Lake Orion, Golling Toyota in Warren, Golling Kia in Madison Heights, or you can always find us at golling.com.
March is your lucky month at the Nerve and Disc Institute in Farmington, Clinton Township, Grand Blanc, and Bad Axe. Hi, it's Paul W. Smith. Thousands of people, like my wife Kim and I, feel extremely lucky that our chronic back, neck, and knee pain are gone, thanks to our lucky charm, Dr. Saul Kogan. His non-surgical, non-invasive intradisc neutrosis and knee restore RX treatments stimulate the body's self-repair healing process. If you have spinal stenosis, herniated, bulging, or degenerative discs, sciatica pain or numbness, tingling or burning in your hands, arms, or legs, you're in luck. When you mention WJR in March, you'll get a consultation, examination, x-ray, or MRI review, and a laser treatment for just $49 for your first visit at the Nerve and Disc Institute. Your luck is about to change for the better. Call 586-416-DISC. That's 586-416-3472. Call now.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
There's no championship league for small business owners, but if there was, you'd be at the top of the standings. Because going pro with Lenovo Pro means you've got the winning formation, one-on-one advice, IT solutions, and customized hardware powered by Intel Core Ultra processors help you stay ahead of the competition. Business goes pro with Lenovo Pro. Sign up for free at lenovo.com/pro.
Lenovo. Your child's education is the foundation for tomorrow's leaders. Listen every Sunday at 3 p.m. for School Talks, hosted by respected educator Dr. Robert Livernoy. It's a conversation on all things education, from parents and students to educators and policymakers. School Talks is dedicated to in-depth discussions and analysis with experts on a wide range of topics in education. Sponsored by Wakely Associates Architects. The highest performing school facilities start with premier architectural design. Wakely Associates Architects, trusted since 1951.
I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. We make mortgages easy, and we believe transparency is the key to great client service. Our clients get the lowest rate and fees while communicating with one home loan advisor from start to finish. To make your experience even easier, we're going to cover the cost of your appraisal. Transparent and direct communication, lowest rates and fees, and a free appraisal. The client just means more at Hall Financial. 866-CALL-HALL or callhallfirst.com.
Hall Financial, equal housing lender. NMLS number 1467435.
Lanier in transition hits the three and a sign of life from Knoxville.
Plant driving right. Loft for Brazil and a two-hand slam.
6 on the clock. Now with 5, he drives on Maddox. Right elbow and 3. Spin to the foul line. Jumper up and it rattles in at the buzzer.
Don't miss any of this year's action on the road to the Final Four with Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the men's NCAA tournaments.
Sponsored by Tryon. Visit RelyOnTryon.com.
Thanks for listening to WJR and Focus. Here's Paul W. Smith.
This is a story up there, some CBS anchor making fun of prayer or something. This is the Fox Monitor. I don't know anything about it. I don't know. Maybe our next guest does. Maybe it's not even worth talking about. I do happen to believe in the power of prayer. I've seen it work. Meanwhile, this is maybe a first, because on St. Patrick's Day, we had our next guest's spouse on, the very handsome Kelly Cobb. And Caitlin Buss, deputy editorial page editor for the Detroit News. This is the first time I think we've had a husband-wife team on in 1 week.
Oh, well, we're happy to be the first. I know we have a lot of double crossing that happens.
Well, we also talked about
in the bad way.
Yeah, that sounded bad in itself. But we have talked, and I mentioned it to him again, that you guys, the two of you, should be doing a kitchen table podcast. You said, wow, with all the kids running, the people will love to hear the kids. That's real life. Anyway, let's get back to the other reality of your job as deputy editorial page editor for the Detroit News, Caitlin Buss. A couple of columns that got our attention. Does the Michigan GOP want to win elections or primaries? And Pete Hegseth's crusade rhetoric blurs faith in war. Let's begin with the Michigan GOP. Do they want to win elections? What do you mean?
Yeah, well, Michigan Republicans have struggled, obviously, to win statewide offices, not just, in this past go-around. Obviously, they've been dealing with Whitmer for nearly a decade. So this is no secret. In 2022, they lost pretty badly. Dixon lost pretty poorly. Secretary of State and AG races, they lost both of those. And what now, 4 years later, has become, in my opinion, obvious, is that they're caught in this loop of mistrusting electable candidates, which of course not all of them are, not trustworthy. So they tend to get people out of the primaries who they trust, who they know, who they think, align tribally with them. And those people have a really hard time translating in the general election. They don't end up winning. The GOP ends up not winning those seats now, potentially term after term. And they're lost in that cycle, and they need to break out. So they need to put up candidates that can win broadly in the general. The delegates need to be mindful of that, and the voters.
But there's apparently some kind of a problem internally with the GOP because obviously you would know you're supposed to put up candidates that will have a chance to win. And yet some of them that they have put up, as you point out, Caitlin, it never had a snowball's chance in hell.
Yeah. And this is, something Republicans have always traditionally been proud of, is that they don't, fall in line necessarily. They back the candidate, that they think will do the best. And so the party is very careful to not tell people who should be the nominee before that nominee makes it through. For different seats, it goes differently. So delegates basically choose Secretary of State and Attorney General, while the governor is chosen in a primary race of voters. So that makes it a more insular group of people that's choosing who the nominee is going to be. And that's very important because that's who ends up on the ballot for everyone in Michigan. So, they're in that feedback loop because the party doesn't come in and do the things that we see Democrats doing, like lining up behind one candidate before the convention begins. There's more infighting. And so we get, that's the result.
Let's move on to the other column from Caitlin Buss, deputy editorial page editor of the Detroit News. Pete Hegseth's crusade rhetoric blurs faith and war. Fill us in.
Yeah. So, and this may allude to something you mentioned right at the beginning. Prayer. Obviously, I'm a Christian. I obviously believe in prayer. Would want the Lord's blessing in a lot of things, including if I was in the military, and I think we should ask for it on our own military. I think what Hegseth is doing, though, blurs that line. Because this war or this military conflict is unique in the fact that it's debatable whether it's defensive or offensive. And so that makes it a little more delicate. And I think putting the cross and the flag so closely together, of course we want to ask for the Lord's blessing, but making sure that you're lining up with, God's will is important too. And then, the military exists to defend a constitutional order, which is no state religion. And that's not to say that we shouldn't pray in public places or anything like that, but just that separation is important when we're talking about lethal force. We're defending the Constitution, not necessarily a state religion.
Well, and it's unusual to say the least, but so are lots of things in this administration. But to have Hegseth end one of his recent press conferences quoting the Psalm 144, "Blessed be the Lord, my rock, who trains my hands for war and my fingers for battle. May the Lord grant unyielding strength and refuge to our warriors." That, for some people, can be a little unsettling.
Right. I mean, that historically is about a different time. You would want to be able to apply scripture to everything, but not necessarily so literally, right? We're not talking about the U.S. military, and it's debatable that some of their actions, have been Christian. So I think there just needs to be a stronger line between those two things, while at the same time, of course, I personally support them and pray for them and hope all of the best for them.
As do I,
Yeah.
and as do most of our listeners listening right now, without question. On the other hand, we would not wish for the Crusades to come back in any way, shape, or form,
Right.
knowing the history of the Crusades, which I'm sure Pete Hegseth, unfortunately, does not. But that's all right. It's not what he's been hired to do.
I hope he does.
Come on, Caitlin.
I know.
Just tell the truth.
I know. It seems that he missed that one, and maybe that's why he's really adamant about the right kind of education.
Maybe that's
It's an important part.
maybe that's the one the president missed, on understanding how the Japanese people feel tremendous pride and embarrassment in Pearl Harbor and the bomb and everything else. I just don't think.
Yeah,
they
these are not
grasp.
things to throw around.
But I don't believe the president meant anything bad by it. It's just the way he is, and in many cases, in this respect, the lack of his knowledge of history,
Mm-hmm.
because he didn't need it while he was building his empire.
No, but there are a lot of people who know it, and so hopefully those messages come through.
I just hope she didn't take back the 250 cherry blossom trees she brought as a gift.
Yes, she seemed lovely.
Caitlin, have a great weekend. Say hello to Kelly.
I will. Thanks, Paul.
Caitlin Buss, Deputy Editorial Page Editor for the Detroit News, here in Focus on WJR. Well, this is important news, and you're hearing a lot of things about investments and all these other things that people can do for you. That's all well and good, but this is probably the most important thing you're going to hear about that right now. And it goes without saying, but I'm going to say it. Probate is bad. Probate is bad. It's slow. It's expensive. It's completely public. But the good news is you can avoid probate entirely with a revocable living trust. Now you say, I don't need a trust. That's for rich people. No, that's for everybody who has anything. A revocable living trust keeps you in control of the who, the what, and the when. Who receives your assets, what assets they receive, and when they receive them. And when your assets are properly owned by or payable to the trust, you bypass probate and protect your family from the delays and costs that come with it. At Estate Planning Legal Services, their attorneys walk you through every step. They'll help retitle your assets at no charge. And if you need any changes in the future, those are free for life. With more than 25 years serving Metro Detroit families, they know how to make the process clear, affordable, and stress-free. Get the peace of mind you deserve. Contact Estate Planning Legal Services today for your free consultation and learn how a revocable living trust can work for you. You can call them at 248-435-0400. That's 248-435-0400 for Estate Planning Legal Services. Of course, you can get them online too at EPLS, which is Estate Planning Legal Services, EPLSPC.com. So call them right now, 248-435-0400, or go to EPLSPC.com. Trust me, this is something you really need to do for yourself and, even more importantly, for your family. As we continue, Paul W. Smith in Focus on WJR.
Hey there, homeowners. Living in Michigan means enjoying the beauty of all four seasons, but it also comes with unpredictable weather. Weather that can cause power surges, which can pose serious threats to appliances, heating and cooling systems, and expensive electronics. Crystal here from Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical to let you know that whole home surge protectors can save you thousands in potential damages and give you peace of mind. Visit familyheating.com to find the location nearest you and ask about our whole home surge protectors today. That's familyheating.com.
Planning spring business travel? Start your trip the professional way with Metro Cars. Let a professional Metro car chauffeur pick you right up at your doorstep and take you directly to curbside check-in. For executives and corporate travelers, time and reliability matter, whether you're catching an early morning flight, arriving for an important meeting, or arranging transportation for visiting clients and leadership teams. Metro Cars provides dependable airport transportation designed around your schedule. With experienced chauffeurs on a premium fleet of sedans, SUVs, vans, and buses, Metro Cars delivers a comfortable, quiet ride that allows you to stay focused and arrive prepared. Celebrating over 35 years of excellence, Metro Cars is proud to serve as the official transportation provider of 760 WJR. When your schedule matters and professionalism counts, trust the transportation company Michigan business travelers have relied on for 4 decades. Reserve your ride today at metrocars.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-714-9090. That's 800-714-9090.
Spring is in the air. Hi, friends. Bill Golling here. And with the addition of Golling Chevrolet on Michigan Avenue in Wayne and Golling Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on Mack in Detroit, now even more of you can see and experience the Golling difference. Those dealerships join Golling Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram locations in Bloomfield Hills, Chelsea, Roseville, Golling Alfa Romeo Fiat in Birmingham, Golling Buick GMC in Lake Orion, Golling Toyota in Warren, Golling Kia in Madison Heights, or you can always find us at golling.com.
March is your lucky month at the Nerve and Disc Institute in Farmington, Clinton Township, Grand Blanc, and Bad Axe. Hi, it's Paul W. Smith. Thousands of people, like my wife Kim and I, feel extremely lucky that our chronic back, neck, and knee pain are gone, thanks to our lucky charm, Dr. Saul Kogan. His non-surgical, non-invasive intradisc neutrosis and knee restore RX treatments stimulate the body's self-repair healing process. If you have spinal stenosis, herniated, bulging, or degenerative discs, sciatica pain or numbness, tingling or burning in your hands, arms, or legs, you're in luck. When you mention WJR in March, you'll get a consultation, examination, x-ray, or MRI review, and a laser treatment for just $49 for your first visit at the Nerve and Disc Institute. Your luck is about to change for the better. Call 586-416-DISC. That's 586-416-3472. Call now.
You could file your taxes on a basic free service, which is fine. But are you okay with fine? Because when it's your money on the line, do you really want to guess if you missed a credit or hope the math is right? Get the confidence of TurboTax for free right on the Intuit Credit Karma app. Free Fed and free state for simple 1040s only. Around 37% of filers qualify. See details at turbotax.com/free. No schedules except for EITC, CTC, student loan interest, and Schedule 1A.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
This report is sponsored by MGM Grand Detroit. It's a girls' night out back with Thunder from Down Under, Australia's hottest export to hit the stage Friday, July 10th at MGM Grand Detroit. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. 18 years or older, now on sale at Ticketmaster.com.
WJR Traffic and Weather First, also sponsored by the National Electrical Contractors Association, NECA. Put the expertise and skill of NECA contractors to work on your commercial, industrial, or public electrical construction project. NECA members like Rawhorn Electric are powering Michigan's future project after project on time and on budget. Learn more at smcneca.org. Midday construction slows you down on I-94 westbound before Connors Street. You're slow from Harper Avenue there. That should wrap up by 3 p.m. We also have an accident on I-75 southbound at Clay Street, blocking your right shoulder. And some moving road work on I-94 eastbound between Cadue and 8 Mile. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel. Here's your forecast.
Enjoying some 60s finally today. 63 degrees this afternoon. Some light rains showing up on weather radar, just drifting on to the east and to the northeast here for today. Low tonight, 32. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy behind a cold front. We're at 45. Afternoon showers Sunday near 60. I'm meteorologist Scott Larimore at the Weather Channel on 760 WJR, where Michigan comes to talk.
Every business starts with an idea. With smart business buying from Amazon Business, get everything you need to grow in one familiar place. From office supplies to IT essentials and maintenance tools. Ready to bring your visions to life? Learn how at AmazonBusiness.com.
Call us or text us. The number's the same. 1-800-859-0957. 1-800-859-0WJR. Powered by Michigan Auto Law. Auto Accident Attorneys. Visit autolaw.com. That's autolaw.com.
Well, the 2026 match day at Oakland University William Beaumont School of Medicine is occurring today. The national annual event occurs on the third Friday in March for graduating medical students. It's a big day. It's the day they find out where they will be fulfilling their residency requirements. And I don't know a lot about it. I mean, I've heard about it. Match day, it's match day. I don't know all about it, but we're going to learn right now. Thanks to Dr. Chris Carpenter, Dean of the Oakland University William Beaumont School of Medicine. Dean Carpenter, it is a pleasure and a privilege to have you on board and to help us understand how big a day this is.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me to speak, and it is a wonderful day for our students, for their families, and for our community.
Explain how this works, because as I understand it, they really don't know where they're going to go, and apparently they don't have a lot of say in it. They kind of get an envelope, they open it up, and they find out where they're going to spend their next very important part of their life.
That sounded a little bit Orwellian. It's not quite like that. It's more about the students. What they do is in the fall, starting in the fall of their fourth year, they actually go. They decided on a specialty. They go and interview at different programs. And through that process, they learn about the programs, and they may interview at 10, 20, 30, 40 programs. And they learn about the programs for their specific residency program, their discipline, if they want to be a radiologist, if they want to be a dermatologist, internal medicine doctor, and then the programs learn about them. And so what ends up happening is earlier this year, about a little over a month ago, they ranked the programs, the students ranked their programs, so number 1, number 2, number 3, and the programs rank the students. And then this is where it gets complicated, because that all goes into a computer, and what they do is try to match the student's top choice with the program's top choice.
Oh,
and
so they really
yes,
do. They
have preference.
They have much more input than I thought.
Exactly. Yep.
Well, I'm glad. See, that's why we have you here. In fact, Dr. Chris Carpenter, Dean of the Oakland University William Beaumont School of Medicine, also infectious disease physician there at affiliated with Corewell. How about some memories of your match day?
It was a long time ago, but I remember it was a great day. I was actually discussing things through text with my colleagues who were residents with me, and they have mixed memories of the day too, because it's a lot of anxiety. You don't really know for sure, even though you can be confident. And so I was kind of weakly confident, because I matched at Duke University Medical Center in internal medicine. But I didn't kind of have like a hat I was wearing. What I did is I had a T-shirt underneath the shirt I was wearing that said Duke on it. So once I found out, I kind of showed everybody. But it was I'll say a few decades ago. But it was a great day, and the students today, a lot of smiles, a lot of tears, a lot of hugs and well wishes from everyone. It's a wonderful day, and our students really embrace it.
Well, it still to this day, even though you say yours was decades ago, but you're not that old. And then to look at what's happening for the students today, awaiting opening their envelopes, the key to their futures, they're with their family, their friends, and all of that. You have some pretty good matches, best matches from the year.
Well, some amazing matches. All matches are good matches, I'll say. So over 98% of our students matched. And of those, we've got, I would say the best match is within Corewell Health. And so we've got about almost 15% of our students matching in Corewell Health East and Corewell Health across the state. And actually, nearly 40% are staying in metropolitan Detroit. So that's great as well. Outside of Corewell Health, they'll be matching at University of Michigan, Henry Ford Health, other programs like the DMC. So a lot of great matches locally as well. And then across the country, we've got great matches too.
Well, it sounds great. Thanks for opening up our envelope and helping us better understand what this means when we hear about today being match day. Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Oh, it's our pleasure. Dr. Chris Carpenter, Dean of the Oakland University William Beaumont School of Medicine, infectious disease physician affiliated with Corewell, and proudly so, on this match day, which is a very big deal for our doctors that we will soon visit one day. We continue on WJR.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait, and don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-780-3599. 800-780-3599. 800-780-3599.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Be sure to start every Sunday at 8 a.m. with JR Sunday with Mark Hollis. Great interviews and conversations all in one place on JR Sunday with Mark Hollis, sponsored by Tryon, your payroll and HR solution. To learn more and to reach out to Tryon, go to RelyOnTryon.com. Move with ease and trust the official mover of the Detroit Pistons, Morse Moving and Storage. Mention WJR when you call in. Get 10% off your local move or get 2 months of storage free. MorseMoving.com. Let Morse Moving handle the heavy lifting. Escape to the greens with the Cardinal Stay and Play Golf Package at St. John's Resort. Enjoy luxury accommodations and 1 round of golf for 2 in the beautiful Cardinal Golf Course, plus unlimited rounds on the Little Cardinal and the putting course. Whether you're sharpening your short game or chasing the perfect drive, it's the ultimate getaway for golfers of every level. Relax, play, and make unforgettable memories. Book your stay and play experience today at stjohnsresort.com.
This is the great voice of the Great Lakes, 760 WJR, Detroit, a Cumulus media station.
Deploying more forces to the Gulf. I'm Carmen Roberts, Fox News. The Pentagon is sending more warships and Marines to the Middle East in the second deployment of service members to the region in the past week.
A task force of about 4,500 sailors and Marines and 3 more warships are joining the U.S. fleet already carrying out attacks on Iran. President Trump offered an update on the Iran war during a trophy presentation for the Naval Academy's football team.
The difference between them and us is they had a Navy 2 weeks ago. They have no Navy anymore. It's all at the bottom of the sea.
The latest deployment will overlap with another Marine Expeditionary Unit also making its way to the Middle East from Japan. Earlier this week, President Trump said he was not sending ground troops into Iran. At the White House, Jared Halpern, Fox News.
Iran's attacks on oil and gas facilities in neighboring Gulf countries is keeping oil prices high. U.S. crude trading around $97 a barrel. When it comes to oil, Cuba is facing a severe shortage after the U.S. cut off Venezuelan supplies and pressured other countries to stop shipments. But U.S. intelligence agencies say a Russian oil tanker making its way through the Atlantic Ocean may be headed for Cuba.
The communist regime is under U.S. pressure to commit to extensive reforms or even step aside. The lack of oil flowing to Cuba has led to a reported complete collapse of the electric grid on the island.
Fox's Evan Brown. The Senate's planning to debate and vote on the Save America Act through this weekend. Majority Leader John Thune tells Fox News.
We're going to roll through the weekend on it into next week, and every day that we're debating it on the floor is another day that Democrats have to try and defend an indefensible position.
The Democrats and some Republicans argue the voter ID and proof of citizenship requirements could block millions of eligible voters. America's listening to Fox News.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. America, look around. Everywhere you go, prices are still high, rates have been whipsawing markets, and the debt and spending don't exactly scream stability. Experts say diversifying with intention is the #1 secret account that all American smart money uses to hedge against instability. Monetary Gold has been around since 2000, witnessing multiple economic setbacks. If you call now, Monetary Gold will cover up to a lifetime of your IRA fees on qualified accounts. Call Monetary Gold now at 877-NOW-GOLD. That's 877-NOW-GOLD. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional.
For many retirees, changes to interest rates could mean your lump sum options will reduce. Choosing between a lump sum and monthly pension options, like all retirement decisions, shouldn't be an emotional decision. It's a math problem. Most people and professionals are doing the wrong math. Hi, I'm Kirk Cassidy, lead instructor for the Retirement Education Foundation, a charitable program, and the co-host of the Retirement Education Hour, heard here Saturdays 6 a.m. and 1 p.m. A complete retirement plan should guide every major decision in order to maximize efficiency. If you want to retire early, spend more, and reduce your anxiety, join us for our near master's level 8-hour retirement education courses where we have taught tens of thousands of families with assets between $1 to $20 million. To register for a course or watch updated webinars, visit refedu.org. That's refedu.org. Classes are held at major universities in Michigan and Missouri. $29 tuition goes to charity. Courses are sponsored by the Retirement Education Foundation, a charitable program.
This is Focus with Paul W. Smith on 760 WJR, where Michigan comes to talk.
I get a big kick out of this front page of my Detroit News, DetroitNews.com, the Detroit News, the award-winning. Yes, I feel that way because I write for them on Mondays, but that's not the point. I just love the newspaper. But they've been serving Michigan since 1873, and they're only better than ever. But I don't know. What's your reaction to the headline, Roadwork Season Begins?
I didn't know it ended in the first place.
Did it end?
Yeah.
You're right. We're all impacted. I don't know. It's been going on most of my lifetime.
Yeah, I think I saw a meme one time that says, be like I-75 and never stop working on yourself.
That's a good meme.
It is good, yeah.
All right, hour number 2, Focus, Paul W. Smith and the team. Mike Parsons, our executive producer. Generally, Danielle Mason is running the controls, but today, Dominic Valentini doing an excellent job. Well done, Dominic. And, of course, Rich Luzinski, WJR, Traffic and Weather First. And we add to that team Marie Osborne, Dave Rieger. Today's Dave's day. Dave finally got a good job. Ann Thomas, our fearless leader and associate producer, Kim Smith. And we're streaming. You can podcast us. Come back at WJR.com and listen to the whole show. Hope you download the free WJR app. And right now, Facebook and YouTube pages are live streaming. People are hopefully catching on to that. And, of course, it's going to be a big weekend for green and a big weekend for blue. And I think you hear most all of the NCAA action right here on WJR, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, even if
it's
not Michigan State. We have all the tournament, as much tournament action as we can. We can't play 2 games at once. But yes, if you want to
we would.
Yes, if you want to hear NCAA action, just tune in to us and you'll find it
all weekend long. And of course, right now it's Relentless Positive Radio while you're on your way to making each and every day count, because each day is a gift. QTR, we don't know what it is, how much it is. Quality time remaining, that's what it is, but we don't know how much we have. And I do want to thank you for choosing to be an important part of the best and brightest audience in all of radio. You do that every time you stream us or tune in to 760 on the dial. The Detroit Lions season tickets for 2026. You're thinking of getting them? They're sold out.
I was going to say, I could get rid of a kidney, but other than that, I don't think I could have swung it even if I were at the front of the wait list.
Please don't get rid of a kidney. Detroit Lions season tickets for 2026 sold out. What a team, what a team, what a team.
Comeback starts now.
Speaking of that team, I think it might be Nut Day. I'm not sure exactly how this comes about. Do you have a favorite nut?
I'm allergic.
Besides people you work with.
Sometimes you feel like a nut. I'm allergic to most nuts. So I would say peanut's my favorite nut, but peanut is technically in the legume bean family. So
well, there you go. Dominic, do you have a favorite nut? Is anywhere near a microphone?
Yeah, this might sound entirely basic. I like peanuts.
Yeah, 2 peanuts. I don't like peanuts, and they're like the least good for you.
Yeah,
peanuts are. But anyway, and I don't know if Rich is anywhere near a microphone. Okay, Kim likes the Brazil nut, which growing up in Monroe, I never heard of a Brazil nut. Other than who was running Brazil at the time, but she has good childhood memories of Brazil nuts. My favorite is a cashew. I love a good cashew.
Paul, one time I had a non-dairy cheesecake and I didn't know it was cashew based. So, have you ever seen those scenes in horror movies when someone turns into a werewolf?
Geez. So you enjoyed it right up until the emergency room?
I did have to go to the emergency room. Yeah.
There you are.
Yeah.
Well, cashews apparently the number one nut right now. My sister Allison likes pistachios, always has, but cashews are America's favorite snacking nut.
Well, if I ever come across cashews, I'll give them to you.
Please do. I really do like them. How about sloppy joes? I love sloppy joes.
I do.
I can't remember the last time I had one.
When I was a kid, I hated sloppy joes, and I was an idiot because I love them now.
I probably thought we had sloppy joes because we didn't have any money to have something else, and that was a pretty effective, efficient meal. I did not know this. Sloppy goes by several names: Yum Yum, Slush Burger.
Okay, that makes sense.
Dynamite, Manwich, and Barbecue.
Yeah. Well, Manwich is the.
How do you handle a hungry man? Oh no, that's something else. There's a Sloppy Jane.
Huh. Was that like tofu or something?
I don't know. It doesn't say. It says meet Joe's sister Jane, considered the healthier version of a Sloppy Joe. They don't say what it is. The ground beef filling can be replaced with chicken, chuck roast, and turkey. I suppose turkey or chicken with a Sloppy Jane. The Sloppy Joe recipe is also modifiable to suit vegans. And there's that story again about they were first created for those with small food budgets. That's what I think we were. That's. I always felt that way, that we had Sloppy Joes because we didn't have a lot.
Yeah,
of money.
probably just making the most of all your ingredients and taking some stuff that would be left over and making it into a meal.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Do you do cooking? Do you cook? Are you a cook? Or is Chelsea the cook?
If we do cook, normally I do it.
When you say if we do cook, you mean you go out all the time?
Or we'll do something fast because I have to eat before 7 or else I'll get the GERD. And she sometimes doesn't get home from work till after 7. But if we cook, normally I do the cooking. And there's some things I do well, and there's other things that don't really work out the way I want them to.
I'm a big eater, but not a good cooker or baker. But I do grill.
Yeah.
I do pretty well on the grill.
I do the grilling
on the grill.
Mm-hmm.
I just, Kim, I think Kim thinks I have a science to it. I'm just very lucky. I had someone come up to me at St. Patrick's Day and say, hey, how's that Paul and Kim's dream vacation to Italy, France, Monaco, and Spain? This is Mediterranean icons and hidden gems. Do you still have it? Yes, we still have it. It's coming up August 11th through the 22nd, but we're getting to the short strokes here. So if you want to get information, or just say you want to go, call them at Cruise and Tour at 800-383-3131. 800-383-3131. And Doug from Cruise and Tour tells me it's still online. You can see some things about the trip to Italy, France, Monaco, and Spain on the WJR Travel Club page. And you're very good at going to those things. Is that still it? He just checked it the other day and told me WJRTravelClub.com. It was still there.
A moment of truth. Let's see here.
Paul W. and Kim's dream vacation to Italy, France, Monaco, and Spain.
Yep,
August
there
11th.
it is.
Oh, it is there.
Yep, still there.
It's, I think, very reasonably priced. And they spend more time at each location, which I think is excellent. And frankly, I can't think of a better thing to look forward to in August with everything going on right now, and to get away from it all. And look, if you're like me, you've been saving money all your life for your retirement. Don't die rich. Don't die with more money than you had when you were alive. Enjoy yourself and join us, as many people are. Call Cruise and Tour at 800-383-3131, 800-383-3131. And thanks for asking me about that. What's the battle between Jon Stewart and Elon Musk? Do you know?
No, I didn't. I didn't see that, but I'm figured probably Jon Stewart said something on the Daily Show and Elon Musk didn't think it was funny.
Well, it says Jon Stewart has criticized Elon Musk's focus on undocumented voting. Why? Nobody should like undocumented voting. People, men and women, have died for our right to vote. Why would we hand that out willy-nilly to people that shouldn't even be in our country? I don't get that.
Yeah, I would have to see what Jon Stewart said. If it was Daily, my assumption is he made a joke about Elon Musk on the Daily Show and he didn't like it, but
it didn't go over well.
Yeah.
All right. Well, all right. We talked about a lot of things already. We had the sad news of the death of Chuck Norris. Everybody, I think, knows that by now because it's first overnight. The stories came out that he was rushed to the hospital in Hawaii. Obviously, he has passed away at, I think, 86?
86. And he was one of those people so tough you never thought he would die.
No, he was too tough to die. But he did, because we all do. And we don't know what the medical emergency was. We do believe he was surrounded, and I hope and pray he was surrounded by loving family and friends. All right, let's see. Yep, 1:14. Let's go. We're underway. Hour number 2 in Focus with Paul W. Smith right here at WJR.
Get answers to your retirement planning questions by joining the president of the Brzezinski Group, Brett Brzezinski, for Inside Retirement Tuesday nights at 7. Firm offers insurance services, investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
Call us or text us. The number's the same. 1-800-859-0957. 1-800-859-0WJR. Powered by Michigan Auto Law. Auto Accident Attorneys. Visit autolaw.com. That's autolaw.com. Your child's education is the foundation for tomorrow's leaders. Listen every Sunday at 3 p.m. for School Talks, hosted by respected educator Dr. Robert Livernoy. It's a conversation on all things education, from parents and students to educators and policymakers. School Talks is dedicated to in-depth discussions and analysis with experts on a wide range of topics in education. Sponsored by Wakely Associates Architects. The highest performing school facilities start with premier architectural design. Wakely Associates Architects, trusted since 1951.
Hi, I'm Adam Devine, Chief Fundraiser for Children's Miracle Network. No. I said more fun! When I was a kid, a Children's Miracle Network hospital helped me get back on my feet, literally. So trust me when I say that these places aren't just hospitals. They are hope factories. Children's Miracle Network is hospitals, programs, partners, and donors like you. Join us in making big change for all kids. Visit us online at cmn.org.
Escape to the greens with the Cardinal Stay and Play Golf Package at St. John's Resort. Enjoy luxury accommodations and 1 round of golf for 2 on the beautiful Cardinal Golf Course, plus unlimited rounds on the Little Cardinal and the putting course. Whether you're sharpening your short game or chasing the perfect drive, it's the ultimate getaway for golfers of every level. Relax, play, and make unforgettable memories. Book your stay and play experience today at stjohnsresort.com.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
There's no championship league for small business owners, but if there was, you'd be at the top of the standings. Because going pro with Lenovo Pro means you've got the winning formation, one-on-one advice, IT solutions, and customized hardware powered by Intel Core Ultra processors help you stay ahead of the competition. Business goes pro with Lenovo Pro. Sign up for free at lenovo.com/pro.
Lenovo. Planning spring business travel? Start your trip the professional way with Metro Cars. Let a professional Metro Car chauffeur pick you right up at your doorstep and take you directly to curbside check-in. For executives and corporate travelers, time and reliability matter, whether you're catching an early morning flight, arriving for an important meeting, or arranging transportation for visiting clients and leadership teams. Metro Cars provides dependable airport transportation designed around your schedule. With experienced chauffeurs on a premium fleet of sedans, SUVs, vans, and buses, Metro Cars delivers a comfortable, quiet ride that allows you to stay focused and arrive prepared. Celebrating over 35 years of excellence, Metro Cars is proud to serve as the official transportation provider of 760 WJR. When your schedule matters and professionalism counts, trust the transportation company Michigan business travelers have relied on for 4 decades. Reserve your ride today at metrocars.com.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. I started Blindster in my garage over 15 years ago to make custom blinds easy and affordable for everyone. You measure, you install, and you save big on custom blinds. Plus, we guarantee they'll fit. Blindster.com.
WJR Traffic and Weather First is sponsored by Boeing at thumbcoasttheaters.com. Experience live professional theater at Thumb Coast Theaters in downtown St. Clair and Marine City, where the magic of Broadway comes alive right here at home. Don't miss Boeing, the hilarious comedy where one flight captain, 3 fiancés, and a flight schedule collide. Book your tickets today at thumbcoasttheaters.com. Midday construction slows you down on I-94 westbound before Connors Street. You're slow from Harper Avenue. That should wrap up by 3 p.m. We've got a wreck on I-94 eastbound at Shane Street. That's blocking your right shoulder as well. And another accident on I-75 southbound at Clay Street. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel. Here's your forecast.
Enjoying some 60s this afternoon. 63 degrees our high today. Some light rains on weather radar drifting through the area. We are behind a warm front that's pushing up towards the bay and to our north for today. Low tonight, 32. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy. Cold front swings through, changes our wind direction, and cooler tomorrow, high 45, low 38. Afternoon showers Sunday near 60. I'm meteorologist Scott Larimore at the Weather Channel on 760 WJR, where Michigan comes to talk.
Go from daydreamer to industry leader with Amazon Business. From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at AmazonBusiness.com.
Searching and searching up and down the dial for NCAA men's basketball. All the most important games from this week's giant matchup right down to the final game. What are you searching for? You're already there. The NCAA playoffs are here, courtesy of Westwood One on 760 WJR.
So Kim tells me that cashews are a favorite for boomers and most Americans, but this seems to follow true with Dominic Valentini and Dave Rieger. Peanuts are the favorite nut for Gen Xers. Does that make sense? Are you both Gen Xers?
I'm a millennial.
Oh, so you're a millennial. Well, apparently the millennials, at least you still like peanuts a lot. Whatever, your favorite. All right. Off from the nuts to what we need to talk about. And this is important news. Michigan Congressman John James asking Congress to set aside $638 million in military construction dollars for 8 projects needed to prepare Selfridge Air National Guard Base in Macomb County, of course, for the arrival of the 2 new aircraft platforms in the next 5 years or so. As John James, the Shelby Township Republican who is running for governor, saying the federal funding is an investment not just in the mission at Selfridge, but in the defense and safety of the country. And we're so lucky to have Congressman, a Republican from the 10th District and gubernatorial candidate extraordinaire, John James, on the line. Always a pleasure, Congressman.
No, pleasure's all mine. Thank you so much.
And $638 million sounds like nothing compared to the $200 billion we're hearing for one battle right now.
Well, I'll tell you what, where I come from, even $1 million is a lot of money.
Yes, of course.
$638 million is a huge amount of money. But still, with as much as $638 million is still less than what Gretchen Whitmer's SOAR fund had, and they've created 0 jobs.
Gretchen Whitmer's, wait a minute, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. You dropped it down a little bit. Gretchen Whitmer's what fund?
SOAR, S-O-A-R, her SOAR fund. This is a strategic fund that was meant to attract jobs to the state of Michigan, taking our tax dollars, but these are funds that were dispersed and didn't create a single job. Whereas the funds that I'm requesting is dollars from Washington, D.C. This is our money.
Our money back.
Here, our money back to the state of Michigan to invest in Selfridge. We are basing, because of President Trump's leadership, the F-15EX, a fighter jet, and a KC-46 Pegasus, which is a tanker. These are future missions that will secure our nation and help provide jobs. These are going to be going toward a hangar complex, training complex, runway extensions, allied support, squadron operations for the price tag of $638 million, not just for now, but to secure our nation, to secure our state, and to put Michigan back where it should be as a leader in terms of defense spending and national security, right on the northern border of the longest land border in the entire world.
I think, as you put it, Congressman John James, we're looking at an investment for the next 50, 60, 70, 100 years in America.
That's right. This is an investment right here at home. Michigan is one of the best states, and it is strategically placed, and we are uniquely suited to defend the homeland. These investments will enable us to do it. You know, when September 11 happened 25 years ago, 25 years ago, it was jets from Selfridge that were scrambled to defend New York and our airspace.
Wow.
We still have, to this day, we have our brave guardsmen who are deployed all over the world to protect us, and also our borders. Making sure that we have the necessary investment to bring this fighter mission here is going to be a vital investment to make sure that Michigan remains at the forefront of our national defense, and it also protects jobs in the state of Michigan as well.
And talk to me about this because of your unique experience fighting for our country and the attack helicopters and all the work you did leading people in battle. We're told we've spent, and I'm not against giving military money that they need, period. I'm all for it, period. But if they've spent $12 billion to get this far, what's the $200 billion going to do from this point on, where we already are proclaiming that we've knocked out their Air Force, their Navy, their everybody?
So assuming that you're talking about the war effort and the supplemental request, that is likely to make sure that we have the supply chain necessary, not just to fight this war, but to protect America ongoing. As you would imagine, if you have a party tomorrow to celebrate the Wolverines and the Spartans' victories in the tournament, you would need to replenish the things that are in your refrigerator. Right now, we are fighting a battle in the Middle East, and we're using our munitions, and so we're going to need to replenish those, not just for the current engagement that we have, but also because we're going to need to support ourselves into the future. These are the types of things to make sure that our supply chain is resilient, making sure that our munitions don't run low, and making sure that our soldiers, sailors, airmen, marine, and guardsmen continue to have the things that they need to prosecute this thing.
We are. I'm not afraid to tell you we're going to miss this kind of clear thinking, Congressman, in Congress. That's not to say that I think you're making a mistake running for governor. You're not, obviously. This is what you want to do, and you had to give a great deal of thought to becoming a gubernatorial candidate. Give me a little more information about that and walking away from Congress, where you've had great success, and we really can use people like you in Congress, but we can certainly use someone like you in Lansing as well.
Well, I really appreciate that question, especially because Michigan has all the ingredients to be great again, but we lack the leadership and the vision. Are we really doing so well in Michigan that we can take a whiff and allow like a Jocelyn Benson at 8 years? Are we really doing great with our education as we're 44th out of 50, with our unemployment as we're bottom 2 in the nation? We need to do everything that we can to get our state back on the right track. And I have pledged to always serve where the need is most. And I'm looking forward to serving people because I love this state, and we need to protect the American dream. Future generations, just like I had access to when my father moved here from the Jim Crow South. We need to have that dream for everybody, and given my experience in the military and in business, I believe I'm just the man to help. The Michigan's 10th Congressional District seat does not belong to me. It belongs to the people. We're going to hold that seat, and we're going to make our state better for everybody.
Congressman, how do people read up on your gubernatorial campaign?
Sure, it's johnjamesmi.com. Again, johnjamesmi.com.
johnjamesmi.com. johnjamesmi.com. Gubernatorial candidate. We wish you good luck, John.
Yes, sir.
We continue in Focus on WJR. Well, March is your lucky month if you're ready to live a pain-free life. Thanks to Michigan's lucky charm, Dr. Saul Kogan at the Nerve and Disc Institute, and his non-surgical, non-invasive treatments for severe and chronic back, neck, and knee pain. You could join thousands of patients like Kim and me, and I don't get there enough. I'm going to admit you have to go in for the process, and I don't get there enough. Okay, shame on me. But Rick did. Rick couldn't walk, was scared to death of surgery, and now says it, quote, feels like a miracle, end of quote, to be pain-free. Or Christina, who could barely move and taking narcotics and was totally pain-free in 2 months after visiting with Dr. Saul Kogan and his fabulous team. Intradisc neutrosis helps people with spinal stenosis, bulging and herniated discs, sciatica pain, and degenerative disc disease avoid spine surgery. And Knee Restore RX helps those with osteoarthritis, meniscus tears, and muscle strains avoid knee replacement without shots, pills, or downtime. And lucky you, mention WJR in March, and you're going to get a consultation, exam, X-ray or MRI review, and laser treatment for only $49 for your first visit. $49. The Nerve and Disc Institute in Farmington, Clinton Township, Grand Blanc, and now Bad Axe. Be sure you mention WJR for this great deal. Call 586-416-DISC, 586-416-DISC, or 586-416-3472. 586-416-DISC, which works out to be 586-416-3472. Mention WJR at the Nerve and Disc Institute in Farmington, Clinton Township, Grand Blanc, and now Bad Axe. 130, 760 WJR.
This is Maria Monti, tax partner at Metro Detroit accounting firm Schindel Rock, with our weekly tax tip for business owners. Whether you just started your business or have been in business for many years, you should make sure your current entity structure still makes sense. Tax laws are always changing, and the tax structure you started out with may not be as effective for what your business is today or what it will be in the future. Schindel Rock helps Metro Detroit businesses solve complex tax matters. Learn more at SchindelRock.com.
At Average Al's Furniture Warehouse, our sofas have cushions, our tables have 4 legs, our recliners recline. So come on by for a perfectly average experience.
Cumulus Digital doesn't stop at average. We work with more than 4,000 local businesses every month, delivering campaigns that beat industry averages by over 25%, driving real, measurable growth. You're not average. Your results shouldn't be either. Visit cumulusdigital.com to start outperforming today.
Drivers, when you see the flashing lights of a stopped emergency vehicle, tow truck, or road maintenance vehicle, use your lights too. First, show your brake lights by slowing down at least 10 miles per hour below the posted speed limit. Then, flash your turn signal and move over to the next lane if possible. This protects roadway responders and others. It's also the law. So when you see flashing lights, slow down and move over. Sponsored by the Michigan Office of Highway Safety Planning and the Michigan Association of Broadcasters.
Do you have an IRA or 401k? You want to think of this as being your money. But remember, you still have to pay taxes when you withdraw this money in retirement. And these taxes, well, they could be a lot higher than you know. Learn how you could reduce or potentially eliminate these taxes with a free retirement tax savings analysis. It's from the Brzezinski Group, a second-generation financial advisory firm right here in Metro Detroit. If you saved at least $250,000, schedule your free analysis now by calling 800-641-3361. This free analysis could save you tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxes in retirement. Call 800-641-3361. That's 800-641-3361. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC. Firm does not provide legal or tax advice.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
There's no championship league for small business owners, but if there was, you'd be at the top of the standings. Because going pro with Lenovo Pro means you've got the winning formation, one-on-one advice, IT solutions, and customized hardware powered by Intel Core Ultra processors help you stay ahead of the competition. Business goes pro with Lenovo Pro. Sign up for free at lenovo.com/pro.
Lenovo. You could file your taxes on a basic free service, which is fine. But are you okay with fine? Because when it's your money on the line, do you really want to guess if you missed a credit or hope the math is right? Get the confidence of TurboTax for free right on the Intuit Credit Karma app. Free Fed and free state for simple 1040s only. Around 37% of filers qualify. See details at turbotax.com/free. No schedules except for EITC, CTC, student loan interest, and Schedule 1A.
The Dan Bongino Show.
It's our movement, okay? It's ours. We built it.
Hard truths.
Remember, I just told you, flooding the zone with facts not related to evidence is not getting to truth, it's obscuring it. Don't accuse me of partisan bias here. This show tries to get to a truth lodestar by showing you things called evidence, not random facts unrelated to the point. Well, let's get to truth. Let's produce actual evidence. There's only one choice, man.
The Dan Bongino Show. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
See you there.
Never miss
The Daily Dose.
The Daily Dose.
The Daily Dose
The Daily Dose
of Deets.
The Daily Dose of Deets. The top of mind topics and stories.
Because America keeps building, innovating, and growing.
But at a depth and breadth that only Kevin Dietz can conceive.
Love doesn't have to be built on these grand gestures.
It's can't miss radio.
You can't fake that kind of leadership Verlander is going to be able to bring to Scooball.
Kevin's own unique take on news and entertainment that'll get you talking all day.
Social media should not get a pass just because it's digital.
And into tomorrow. The Daily Dose of Dietz. First thing out of the gate on All Talk with Kevin Dietz. Weekdays at 9 on WJR.
And now, WJR is proud to present Rieger Reviews It,
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
featuring film critic Dave Rieger.
Suddenly, Dave has a great job.
Sponsored by Wiggly's.
I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Ah, yes, proving it's Friday. Dave Rieger has a great new job, and he's here as Rieger Reviews It. Is sponsored by Weekly's famous Eastern Market corned beef. Michigan weather in March is unpredictable. Good thing Wiggly's corned beef at the Royal Diner is always perfectly seasoned. The Royal Diner on Dixie Highway in Clarkston, serving up the best corned beef omelets, homemade corned beef hash, or a mouth-watering Reuben delight. Royal Diner in Clarkston, proudly serving Wiggly's corned beef for 30 years. God bless you, Royal Diner in Clarkston. And God bless you, Dave Rieger, as you review a couple of films. One, I'm very familiar with because there have been a lot of promos and a lot of talk. Once in a while, there's a movie that I say, geez, I hope this is a good movie because I really want to like it. And that's what I'm going to say about Project Hail Mary, now debuting in theaters.
And I think you will like it. I think a lot of people will like it. This obviously is based off of the science fiction book by Andy Weir. Main character, Ryland Grace, played by Ryan Gosling. And he's a former molecular biologist turned middle school science teacher. And the movie starts off, he wakes up from a coma on a spacecraft with no memory or identity of or he doesn't know what his mission is. And what's going on is the movie kind of it shows current events and then flashbacks of how he got to where how he got on this spacecraft. And humanity is facing an extinction level event caused by astrophage, a spaceborne microorganism that consumes solar energy and causing the sun to dim and threatening a global ice age. So
he's literally on a mission,
correct,
to save the world,
correct.
But from all the promos, that part I knew, but I had no idea that he had actually awakened from a coma and had no idea how he got there or why.
Correct. So
Wow.
he has to kind of learn why he's there and what's going on, and quickly.
Project Hail Mary in theaters. Dominic Valentini, let's hear it.
Please state your name.
Ryland Grace. I just woke up from a coma. I'm several light years from my apartment. And I'm not an astronaut. I'm not an astronaut. I'm not an astronaut.
If you don't go, you die. With the rest of us.
The sun is dying.
You are the only scientist who might know what this is.
I'm just a teacher at Grover Cleveland Middle.
You have a doctorate in molecular biology. I need you to come with us. This is Project Hail Mary. The sun is not the only star dying. Every star was infected by its neighbor except one.
Why?
We don't know. Which is why we built a ship to go there and find out.
It's 11.9 light years away. The astronauts die in space.
It's what you Americans would call a long shot.
Hail Mary. I get it. Who on earth is going to sign up for this?
I just so want to love this. Am I on track or not?
Yeah, you will love it. I think it's very well done. A lot of people were anticipating this movie. Same director from The Martian, same author who wrote The Martian with Matt Damon a couple years back. So I give it 3 Wigglies. I think a lot of people will like it. I think it'll do very well in theaters. Ryan Gosling, very popular actor. Yeah, it was very well done. It's a little long, I will say that. 2.5 hours. So get your popcorn and your snacks because you're going to be sitting for a while.
That is a long time, 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Could you have cut off a half an hour of that, do you think?
You probably could have cut off maybe 20 minutes, I think. But I think that people are going to like it.
All right, 3 Wigglies going to Project Hail Mary. Now let's listen to one that's got to be very special for Dave Rieger, who has spent much of his life known as Kingpin for his bowling prowess. This is Born to Bowl on HBO Max. Let's listen.
Life is a little different as a pro bowler.
I travel with a fridge because I can't eat casino food for a month.
Bowling is such a unique sport.
What do you think you are? Bowling is a crazy job.
It takes not a super sane person.
We're away from our families for 2 straight months.
These guys aren't paid salaries. PBA only pays prize money. They're trying to just make a living.
I got some W-2s. Too bad the money didn't equal the W-2s.
The pressure.
It's make or break. There's only one greatest of all time.
He's the greatest!
Born to Bowl.
This is very cool. I have to admit, it's HBO Max. It's a 5-part docuseries every Monday night at 9 p.m. I've seen the first episode. It was last Monday. The next one will be this coming Monday. It kind of follows 5 professional bowlers, Kyle Troop, Anthony Simonson, EJ Tackett, Jason Belmonte, considered the best bowler in the world right now, the 2-handed bowler from Australia, and Cameron Crowe, a rookie on the PBA Tour. Executive producer Ben Stiller, he put this together, and it just goes and shows the daily life of a professional bowler from January to April, and that's what their season is. And it's hilarious. I loved it. It's great.
How many Wigglies?
4, 100% 4.
Oh my gosh,
4 Wigglies. Loved it.
Was that our first 4 Wigglies?
No,
it's in a while, but not our first one.
Oh. But yes.
But I actually thought he was going to go with 4 Wigglies for Project Hail Mary. Maybe if it wasn't that long, maybe he would have. But 4 Wigglies for Born to Bowl.
Yeah, very cool.
Wow, very exciting.
Anybody who's a bowling fan, they'll love it.
Well, I have to tell you, I've had several lives, but back in my Toledo life, when I was doing a radio show and a television show, it was called at one point AM Magazine, then PM Magazine came out, so we changed it to Mornings with Paul W. Ellen Fruckman was my excellent executive producer. I got very lucky to have her. And Don Weber was my my director and the guy in charge of all the technical stuff. But there was a Weber I met who was a famous bowler. Was his name Don Weber too, or what was it?
Probably Dick Weber, Pete Weber's dad.
Dick Weber.
Yes.
He was a bowling god.
Yes, he was back in the day.
And back in the day when I was at WSPD, we would go and broadcast from these bowling centers. And I even had a bowling ball with my name on it and all this stuff. And what I remember is you could go out and in the bushes, there were bowling balls that bowlers would come out and they were so mad at they'd throw their ball in the bush and there was a truck there to drill new balls for all the professional bowlers, kind of like on the golf tour where they have all the golf clubs.
Very common, yep.
It was very popular at that time. It doesn't seem to be as popular today.
It's not, unfortunately, no.
Dave, you ever throw a bowling ball into a bush out of anger?
I have never thrown a bowling ball into a bush, but I have slammed a bowling ball down on the rack many times.
Well, and with all due respect, you probably didn't have people standing in line to give you free bowling balls.
No.
So you had to bear that in mind. Understand, Mike, that these guys that threw the balls into the bushes had not paid for a bowling ball in a long time.
Bowling ball privilege.
Yes, they had.
Yes, the bowling elite. Yes,
the bowling elite. But I'm told, though I've never seen you, we even had a bowling team back in the day. But I'm told, frankly, that Dave Rieger earned that title of kingpin and really was, back in the day, that good a bowler. Am I right? I think I'm right. Don't be shy.
I was pretty good, yeah. I was pretty good, yeah. Yeah, made a lot of money. Yep.
You made money on a bowling tour or betting?
Betting, yeah.
Dave's the Pete Rose of bowling.
Yeah. Is there anything
I'm going to tell you
bet
this?
on?
I know where the music's playing and we got to get out. But I will say that you can make more money bowling as an amateur betting than you can as a professional these days.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, anyway, good job. Rieger reviews it, sponsored by Wigley's Famous Eastern Market Corned Beef. And finally, Dave has a great job. And as far as I know, there's nothing he can bet on this job, which might make you disappointed. But maybe there is something I don't want to know about it if there is.
No comment.
Okay. As we continue in focus on WJR.
Are you tired of exposing your retirement savings to stock market risk? There are strategies you can use to keep your money safe no matter what happens in the stock market. Join us for Money Talks with Joseph Uplager, Saturdays at 5 p.m. right here on WJR 760.
This St. Patrick's Day, the real luck is waiting at Genesis Cadillac. Celebrating with offers that'll make everyone green with envy. Right now, get 2.9% APR for 60 months plus rebates up to $2,000 on select new Cadillac models. Looking for pre-owned? Shop one of the area's largest selections of certified pre-owned Cadillacs. Visit our 9 Mile Road in St. Clair Shores or shop online today at genesiscadillac.com. Then, drive home to your own pot of gold. Genesis Cadillac. Your luck starts here.
Whitaker Logistics is looking to bring on owner-operators with later model trucks, fleet owners, and highly qualified company drivers throughout our Midwest region. If you're an experienced driver willing to run in a regional market, our customer base provides a work-life balance and dispatch flexibility second to none. In addition to our flexible work week configurations, ask about our contractor compensation, as well as our company driver benefits. Talk to our recruiter at 866-711-1390 or submit your application at drivewhitaker.com.
Planning spring business travel? Start your trip the professional way with Metro Cars. Let a professional Metro Car chauffeur pick you right up at your doorstep and take you directly to curbside check-in. For executives and corporate travelers, time and reliability matter, whether you're catching an early morning flight, arriving for an important meeting, or arranging transportation for visiting clients and leadership teams. Metro Cars provides dependable airport transportation designed around your schedule. With experienced chauffeurs on a premium fleet of sedans, SUVs, vans, and buses, Metro Cars delivers a comfortable, quiet ride that allows you to stay focused and arrive prepared. Celebrating over 35 years of excellence, Metro Cars is proud to serve as the official transportation provider of 760 WJR. When your schedule matters and professionalism counts, trust the transportation company Michigan business travelers have relied on for 4 decades. Reserve your ride today at metrocars.com.
A Social Security update.
70 million Americans collect Social Security benefits today, and millions more will join soon. Now, a new study finds 70% of Americans don't get the full benefits they deserve. But recipients can use simple strategies to boost Social Security benefits by as much as $188,000 over a lifetime. Social Security expert Michael Allen says it's true and reveals 5 key strategies to increase your benefits. It's all in his free special report from Newsmax. Newsmax calls the report your best guide for bigger Social Security benefits. Whether you're getting benefits or soon will, you need this Social Security report from Newsmax. Get it free. Call 800-999-9690. 800-999-9690. We'll text it to you right away, along with President Trump's act cutting your Social Security taxes. Call now, 800-999-9690. 800-999-9690. Text and data rates may apply.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS? Whether it's due to job loss, a divorce, a new business venture, or you just didn't file your taxes, don't lose hope. Powerful relief programs are now available that can help you and may reduce or even eliminate what you owe the IRS. With the cost of living affecting millions across the country, Tax Relief Advocates is urgently notifying anyone with $5, $50, or even $500,000 in back taxes to the IRS to call to get relief options. With over 1,000 5-star Google reviews and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, TRA is America's trusted choice for real tax relief. Relief options are now available that can give you a fresh start and peace of mind. End your tax nightmare today by calling our tax relief hotline. Dial 800-390-8478. 800-390-8478. That's 800-390-8478. Or visit TRA.com. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Hey, Adam Devine here. Looking for a way to make a big change for all kids in your community? Just look for the balloon. When you see the Children's Miracle Network balloon at your local store, restaurant, or gas station, your donation provides crucial funds for local children's hospitals. Hospitals that provide life-changing care for all kids. Children's Miracle Network. Hospitals, partners, programs, and donors like you. Learn more at cmn.org.
WJR Traffic and Weather First.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. I started Blindster in my garage over 15 years ago to make custom blinds easy and affordable for everyone. You measure, you install, and you save big on custom blinds. Plus, we guarantee they'll fit. Blindster.com.
Traffic and Weather First is sponsored by Weather Seal Home Improvements. This year, don't just get a tax refund, upgrade it. Turn your refund into a bigger return with a brand new roof from Weather Seal Home Improvements. Right now, they'll add an extra $1,000 to your refund toward your new roof. That's a smart deal. Book today at weathersealhomeimprovements.net. That's weathersealhomeimprovements.net. We've got an accident on the Jeffries westbound after Farmington Road, construction on the Lodge southbound between Glendale and Webb Street, and that wreck on 75 southbound at Clay Street is cleared. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel. Partly cloudy this afternoon, occasional light rain, a high of 63, an overcast evening with a low of 32, cloudy skies for Saturday morning, turning into afternoon sun with a high near 45, mostly cloudy Saturday night with a low of 39, overcast and rainy for Sunday with a high of 59. Right now, it's sunny and 60 degrees. I'm Rich Fluzensky, WJR Traffic and Weather First. How can you free your team from time-consuming office tasks? Amazon Business. Smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast so they can focus on strategy and growth. Free up your teams and focus on your future. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
Call us or text us. The number's the same. 1-800-859-0957. 1-800-859-WJR. Powered by Michigan Auto Law. Auto Accident Attorneys. Visit autolaw.com. That's autolaw.com.
All righty. I would not have known this, but Kim knows these things, and I depend on Kim or Mike or even Ann Thomas from time to time to know what some of these things are. Apparently both Michigan and Michigan State beat teams that were known as the Bisons yesterday.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
Buffalo.
Kind of unusual, huh?
Yeah, in the city of Buffalo.
In Buffalo, which is a city she's very familiar with, coming from that part of the world. But she said, we both beat Bisons.
Yeah.
So that's good news. Now, Michigan plays at 12:10 tomorrow against the St. Louis Billikens. And then Michigan State plays tomorrow at 2:45 against the Louisville Cardinals. Go green, go blue.
That's right.
So we'll have both those games, as I understand it.
I know we'll have Michigan State.
Certainly.
Yeah, the Michigan. I don't know what the Westwood one schedule is, but I think. But if I remember correctly, they kind of whip around like Red Zone for the NFL on TV. So you probably will hear a portion of that game, especially if it's close.
I just heard that the current information, sunny and 60, which is a glorious first day of spring. May it be a harbinger of all of the great weather we're going to have in spring ahead of us. When we came on the show, everyone knew by then that the legendary Chuck Norris, crowd-pleasing star of action, movies, TV, has died at 86 in Hawaii. Nothing new has come over the wires. I haven't seen anything as to what maybe the cause of death was. Did you see anything, Mike?
No. Yeah, like you said, yesterday we got news that he was rushed to the hospital with a medical emergency. So my guess it was something sudden.
Yeah. Had a good life for 86 years, but that's still young these days. I heard a MetroCar commercial. Well, God bless MetroCar and Leo Hirmuz. He's my driver most of the time.
Your head of security.
My head of security. Everyone thinks that. That's good. Link Bessert used to be my head of security, and he's about 2 feet taller than Laith.
Yeah.
But it's Leo Hirmuz. And my phone just made a noise. It shouldn't be at all.
We're trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
Yeah, that's what it is. Hey, I've been thinking about it. I got a car that's 10 years old and one that's 11 years old, so I might have to do that. Anyway, keep us in your prayers as we also keep the TSA workers who aren't getting paid in our prayers and the Department of Homeland Security folks that aren't being paid. We're going to be flying proudly on Delta tomorrow. Good Lord willing, I'll be back on the air Monday like I'm supposed to be, but we're going to be going out there and struggling like everybody who's traveling. So Kim and I are going to try to get some kind of gift cards. I don't know what, because I don't get gift cards that often, but we're going to try to get gift cards or something to give to those poor people who should not be working without being paid. And I wish they'd get their act together in Washington and stop this.
And then you can give us an on-the-ground report on Monday of how it went.
We'll tell you how it went. We're going early, and we are both a little incapacitated because of a fall and of this and of that, the usual stuff. So, but we're going, and we're excited to be going. And we thank the team, Mike Parsons at the top, our executive producer, Danielle Mason usually running the controls, but Dominic Valentini doing an excellent job today for us. Rich Luzinski, Marie Osborne, Dave Rieger, Ann Thomas, and Kim Smith, who really does contribute to the show every day. I think that's everything I have. Did I forget anything, Mike, that you're aware of?
And let's just say in a cast of thousands.
In a cast of thousands, behind the scenes, employees that work at this great radio station and management leadership. Like Steve Finateri, Jeff Marceau, et cetera, these people that make it happen, all the account executives who make it possible for us to bring you free radio, one of the last things in life that's free. And please do business with our customers, with our partners, the people we tell you about. We wouldn't tell you about them if we didn't know them to be excellent. So, and if you want to get help for your business, talk to our account executives and buy commercials. Keep this going. JR Afternoon, the one and only, very happy, very up, Ryan Ermani is standing by.
Cannot wait for the day here, Paul W. Smith. It is going to be a fantastic day. The sun is shining. First day of spring, 16 games of college basketball, and another failed vote for TSA agents to get paid. We'll talk about it.
Kidding me? What is wrong with these people?
Lunatics. They're all lunatics.
Take care of these people. You can't affect ICE. That's already booked. What is wrong?
These people are crazy.
I don't want to end on this, but I feel very bad for the folks at TSA, Coast Guard, all the people from the Department of Homeland Security. It's just wrong. These people are not doing their job. All right, but doing his job, Ryan Ermani, always sunny It's always sunny in Hermannville. Go green, go blue. Have a great weekend. Talk to you Monday. Good Lord willing. Regards, Paul W. Smith.